Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here from PlayerEssence. Welcome to another video. Today, we've got some great information, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. You guys know I'm going to be watching this game like a hawk till it drops on December 7th. And we've got some more information from Masahiro Sakurai, the game's director. He's talked about Castlevania, he's talked about Echo Fighters, and so much more. But for the sake of this video's time, we're going to go over Echo Fighters and we're going to go over Castlevania being in the game, and we'll talk about some of the other stuff in separate videos. So let's go ahead and start off with what he had to say about Castlevania entering the fray. The Castlevania series serves as yet another third-party series represented in Super Smash Bros., and having it included was a mountain of a hurdle. Nevertheless, even if it was overkill, I did my best. Simon and Richter, the Whip's physics, the guest boss characters in Dracula's Castle stage, Dracula's second form, Alucard, 34 tracks from the Castlevania series. As for the reveal movie, I put my absolute all into making it. Even if it was just a character reveal, I'd imagine there were a lot of people that went, huh? Who's Richter, too? I'd be happy if those people could become more familiar with the character through Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I think there's probably a lot of people who were saying that, but then there was a lot of people that were like, oh my gosh, Richter's in there. There were a ton of Castlevania fans that were super hyped, like myself, to see Richter and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So let's get into a little bit more about what Sakurai had to say about Echo Fighters in the game. So the Nintendo Direct also revealed that Chrom from Fire Emblem series and Dark Samus from the Metroid series will be joining the fight. Both Chrom and Dark Samus were highly requested fighters, the former within Japan and the latter being overseas. So he's saying that with Chrom, a lot of Japanese users really wanted Chrom and a lot of Western users really wanted Dark Samus. Echo Fighters aren't mere substitutes for other characters. While we started by changing their victory poses and their taunts, we also changed other aspects of how they play where we felt it was necessary. People tend to overlook the character's artwork, despite them being still images of the character's posing. There's a lot of fine-tuning that goes into perfecting even one character. We also have to add in the 8 color variants, of course. A game where you can completely change a character's color in earnest. I don't think there's anything else like it. So this is awesome to hear Sakurai talk about this, because a lot of people have given like Echo Fighters, or clones as they're called, a lot of flack over the years just because they think that you're going to get like a new character in its place, but that's not the case at all. When we get an Echo Fighter, it's because, well, they don't have the time to fully flesh out that character and they just want to put something in there for the fan, because a lot of people were requesting Chrom. I think that a lot of people even here in the West were requesting Chrom. I wanted Chrom in the last game. Dark Samus, not so much, but I heard a lot of people kind of talk about Dark Samus. Hey, OJ, do you think Dark Samus is going to be in the game? Can Dark Samus come in the game? And I'm like, okay, maybe, but it wasn't something that I thought that was going to happen at all. Some people in my live streams a while back even called that they would make Dark Samus an Echo Fighter. So shout outs to all of you guys that got that one right. But I think that we needed another representation from the Metroid franchise, because really all we had with Smash 4 was just Samus and Zero Suit Samus, and that's it. So the fact that we got Dark Samus now, so 3 versions of Samus somewhat, and then also Ridley as well, is a good first step to maybe getting some of the other characters in the Metroid franchise, maybe later down the line. Metroid Prime 4 is going to be coming out on Switch, so maybe the next Smash Brothers game or even DLC can add in some characters or a character or two from there. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But overall, I'm excited about these changes here when it comes to Super Smash Brothers. Having Castlevania in there, he said that it was a big hurdle, and yes, this type of thing, getting like Konami, working with Konami, that's already a hurdle right there. But to get Simon and Richter in there and their moveset and how they're going to play in Smash Brothers, considering they're not anything like Smash Brothers, you know, there's nothing that even relates to what they do like Smash Brothers, is just a feat. It is astronomical that they're able to get it done, and it just looks amazing. Richter looks sleek, Simon looks great, and they even look maybe more fun to play in Smash Brothers than they do in their own respective games. So it's awesome to see Super Smash Brothers and what they're shaping up for this game to be. I'm excited to talk more about what Sakurai has to say in future videos as well. So what do you guys think about everything Sakurai had to say about Castlevania and Echo Fighters? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving to the next topic here, we have some big sales confirmations with the July 2018 NPD. Now, I talked about this in some videos last week, but now we have 100% confirmations that the Nintendo Switch was indeed the best-selling hardware for July. It also broke some records that we haven't seen in nearly a decade, or going on a decade more like it. And also, Octopath Traveler was the #1 selling game, and there was also 5 Nintendo Switch exclusives in the top 10 of best sales for July 2018 NPD. Now, you have to remember, guys, for all of my overseas fans or for people who just don't know, the NPD sales are just for the US. So it's not like Media Create, where that's the Japanese sales, which we'll get into in the next topic here. It is not the European sales chart. It's not including them or anything like that, guys. It's just the US sales. I see a lot of confusion with that online. So far with this here, guys, what we do know is that the Nintendo Switch sold over 262,000 units for the month of July in the US, which is astronomical for that month. And actually, it is the best selling month for any platform since July 2011, when the Xbox 360 sold 277,000 units and the Nintendo DS sold 305,000 units. So we haven't had a system eclipse 262,000 units since then. So that just kind of puts into perspective how good the Nintendo Switch is doing, because it hasn't had any other system. Even with the PS4 being out and all the games and everything, none of those systems, the Xbox One or anything, has reached 262,000 units plus in that month of July. So awesome stuff there. Obviously, the PlayStation 4 is going to continue doing well. The Xbox One did well, but the Nintendo Switch with Octopath, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and also Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, those games being there really just boosted the Nintendo Switch to the #1 spot, which is great to see. I just want to see Nintendo do well. I talk about this on my live streams. Make sure you check those out when you guys get a chance. But I talk about this all the time, guys, where I'm not really worried about one system selling over another. I'm not really worried about Switch outselling PS4 or Switch outselling Xbox One. All I'm worried about is Switch doing well. Because I remember the Wii U days when the NPD would show that the Nintendo Switch sold like 20,000 units or something like that, or like 30,000 units, or barely 40,000 units. I remember like when Wind Waker came out, it sold like 90,000 units, and we're like, oh my gosh, 90,000 units, it almost hit 6 figures on there. And now the Nintendo Switch is doing way more than 80,000 units or 90,000 units. I love the fact that since the system is selling, more developers are going to have more confidence in developing their games on there, especially Japanese developers looking to expand to the West. To me, it's all about just making sure that the Switch does well so we get some more games on the system. I have all the systems, guys. I have PS4, Xbox One. I have, heck, multiple systems of those. PS4 Pro, Xbox One X. I have a Switch, 2 docks, PC. I got everything, so I'm just more worried about making sure the Switch does well so we get some cool RPGs and we get some great games to play on there, in addition to the great first-party stuff that we always get as well. So what do you guys think about the July 2018 NPD? Nintendo kind of dominating the charts here with Octopath and the Nintendo Switch. Highest selling month for system sales since July 2011. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving to the final topic here, we do have the Media Create sales charts for August 13th, 2018 through August 19th, 2018. And surprisingly, Minecraft is the #1 game sold for this past week in Japan. Just to let you guys know, this is just the Japanese sales with the Media Create. It doesn't do anything else outside of Japan, not Korean or any other Asian countries, just Japanese sales, but we actually get the exact number from the Media Create. Now, they only track retail sales, so it might be behind what you see in Famitsu, but generally it's looked at as a pretty accurate way of tracking sales across the country of Japan. So let's get into the topic here. So Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition was the highest selling game at retail in Japan in the last week, moving an additional 25,948 units. The latest Media Create sales figures have revealed. Since last week was Obon in Japan, there was no new game releases. On the hardware side, the Nintendo Switch sold better than it did the previous week with 54,647 units sold, while the PlayStation 4 family of systems sold 25,843 units, and the Nintendo 3DS family of systems sold 11,896 units. The Nintendo Switch actually increased its sales count by around 4,000 units, actually 4,000 units plus over what it did the previous week. So you're starting to see Nintendo Switch kind of gain some momentum. You're not seeing any drops below 50,000. I think it's pretty much been 50,000 since Octopath came out. I know there's been maybe a couple of them here or there, but it's been a lot at 50K or above that. So that's exactly what you want to see heading into the second half of the year when you got some bigger releases coming out. Got stuff like Dragon Ball Fighters that's coming over to Japan and also the rest of the world. The World Ends With You is coming in September. Valkyria Chronicles 4 will be out in September as well. Plus, you've got pretty cool games that are coming up. Super Mario Party's always been pretty good in Japanese sales. Also, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. We all know what that's going to do in November. And of course, the huge one here, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I'm excited for the Nintendo Switch in Japan. It's pretty much dominated the sales charts, guys. If you look over the top 20 software, it's pretty much the same usual suspects, guys. We got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You've got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild continues to sell. Mario Tennis Aces, Octopath Traveler, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Labo. All of these games are still in there that you've been seeing for the past few weeks, so it's awesome to see them continue. A lot of games are hitting milestones. A lot of games are getting past 1.5, 1.7 million units. We've got games that are almost going to hit 2 million units in Japan, so awesome stuff all around. Great to see the good sales, and of course Nintendo's going to keep on trucking with more games. I'm excited to see what's going to come next for a lot of these games like Mario Tennis and stuff like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I think they're going to work on sequels for these games because of the great sales of them. Mario Tennis is doing extremely well in Japan, over 300,000 units in Japan alone. Octopath Traveler is getting near 200,000 units by itself, not including digital sales, guys. This does not include digital at all, or even Amazon or online sales and stuff like that. So doing extremely well in Japan overall. I'm excited to see going forward what they're going to do with a lot of these different franchises. For me, a new Mario Kart. I think it's time for a new Mario Kart, man. After all these great deluxe sales, kind of get 2018 over with and announce a new Mario Kart in 2019. I think that'd be pretty hype. So what do you guys think about all the different sales charts here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the links in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in for the next video. Peace.